Hey folks, it's Cassie, and today I'm going to talk about oil. I figured since I talk about oil so much that I would narrow it down to my top 5, how I use them, and what they do for me. First, I'd like to preface this video by saying I need to eat a clean and healthy diet in order to use oil in my skincare routine because my skin is very oily and acne prone, and a lot of people's diet doesn't really affect their skin, but for mine it really does, and I've only had a positive result with oils if my diet is really good, otherwise it just makes a big mess. My first and most beloved oil is avocado oil, and I know I've talked about this so many times, but I just can't say enough good things about it. It's pressed from the flesh of the avocado, unlike so many other oils that come from the seed. This stuff is my favorite, and I literally use it on every inch of my body, so it doesn't get much better than that. I feel like this is kind of a big claim, but I feel like this oil single-handedly lightened up my acne scars. I don't really have any indents, but I had really dark red spots on my cheeks, and I've been using this stuff for a year, I believe, and all of my acne scars are like pretty much almost gone. Like I don't even really need to wear foundation anymore, which is crazy. And it has a lot of antioxidants in it, like vitamin A and vitamin E, and just every single nutrient that's in an avocado. And a lot of people kind of noticed the benefits that avocado oil gave in terms of moisture, so this is a pretty popular ingredient in a lot of cosmetics, but I like to get the food grade kind and use it every day after I wash my face. I should mention that I use avocado oil in conjunction with hazelnut oil in my oil cleansing method. I will link that video down below, and I will talk more about this baby later. My second favorite oil is Macadamia Nut Oil, and you might notice that this one is in the same bottle as the other one. They're both by a brand called Avocado, but I always say that it just matters if it's extra virgin or virgin, and cold pressed and unrefined. And the reason why I stress that so much is just because heat kills a lot of nutrients. So try to just make it cold pressed and unrefined. I'm not like a slave to Avocado, I just really like their product. Macadamia nuts are a very buttery and just delicious nut that have a very favorable nutritional profile, especially in the fatty acid department. I eat them all the time. My landlord got me some dry roasted macadamia nuts in sea salt, and me and Terry were like, yeah, whatever, and then we both tried one. We were like fighting over these nuts, and like they're so good. Some oils, like coconut oil, you'll put them on the tips of your hair and you'll be like, ah, like this is so greasy, but this stuff will absorb right in my case, and you can just put it on the tips, and when you get out of the shower, blow dry your hair, and it won't even feel like there was oil at all. But I really need a trim. I don't use it every day just because it's such an expensive oil, but I do put it on the tips of my hair when I'm in the shower and just anywhere else really. It's a really friendly oil and it's very absorbent. I also use this stuff as a makeup remover on nights where my makeup is just crazy heavy, like I'm going out or something, and this stuff just literally lifts it right off. Some makeup removers have a lot of alcohol in them or just unfavorable ingredients. Use something that really lubricates the area and will get that stuff off with as little pressure and tugging and pulling as possible, because once you get older and your eye area starts to get wrinkly, there's nothing you can do about it unless you get surgery or injections or something. This stuff has been a great makeup remover and I highly recommend it. I know a lot of you guys are really young and you're like, oh, I don't care, I'll just pull on my eyes all day, but you will literally start seeing wrinkles when you're like 22.
She's right, you know.
My third favorite oil is hazelnut oil, and like I said, cold pressed, virgin, unrefined, all that good stuff, and that's why it has that beautiful yellow color. It smells really good, and I keep it in this little jar thing because I actually use it as a shaving gel. I never get razor burn anymore, even like in pretty tough places, so I highly recommend this stuff as a shaving gel. That's what I use it for. Also, the oil cleansing method, this stuff is great. I was trying to look for something to replace castor oil just because it's really hard to find castor oil that's really pure and really clean, and you never really know, so hazelnut oil is a really good, safe bet for the oil cleansing method. Some people complain that it's a bit astringent, but I would use just a smaller ratio. But right now I use 50-50 because I have really oily skin. The oils that I'm using are great just because instead of kind of wading through the market and trying to like sift through all these chemicals and all this marketing, you can just use these for it, and it's so good. Like, I used to always use like shaving creams and shaving gels and just stuff that would irritate the crap out of my skin, and hazelnut oil has been an amazing shaving gel. Ingrown hairs are not an issue with me anymore. And another thing I do with this stuff is I'll wash my face at night with a clay soap. This one's by Herbivore Botanicals. In the shower, I'll like kind of steam my face and I'll put this stuff on, then just like dab it with a towel so my face doesn't feel like super oily, and then I'll go to bed. My next favorite oil is something that I just wouldn't recommend in a lot of its forms. It's not a necessary part of your beauty regime, and I've had a lot of good times with it, but only because I sourced it carefully. Now it sounds like an atomic bomb or something. It's red palm oil, and the reason why I'm so down about this stuff is because unless you source it from a sustainable place like Nutiva's, you could be contributing to deforestation and orangutans getting killed in Malaysia. So seriously, source this stuff well. I really like Nutiva's because it's in Ecuador, it's nowhere near Malaysia, it's from a sustainable, legit, organic farm, and it actually goes through a cold filtering process, so the bitterness and like just the really strong taste is taken out, but the nutrients are intact, or so they say. I used to buy like this bronzing gold like leg illuminator from Lancome, and it was like this very goldy orangey color that would make my legs look golden, and this stuff kind of has the same effect. That's no reason to buy it alone, it's just a plus. I really like this stuff for my skin, and I take it in my cooking as well. Even though the color is very strong, like it doesn't last like till the next day or anything like that, so don't worry about that. As long as you're using it just not too often, you shouldn't have a problem. I only use it once a week, and my skin loves it, and I love it, and I haven't had any staining issues. Just don't wear white when you're putting this stuff on. I like to use it in the place of avocado oil sometimes, just in case my skin wants something just really, really rich and moisturizing. And that's what this stuff is. It's like more of the luxurious treatment for your skin, whereas avocado oil is more of an everyday thing. Again, it's not necessary. Get it sustainably or don't get it at all. If you guys have been here for a long time, you probably know what my 5th favorite oil is. They don't call me the coconut lady for no reason. It is coconut oil, and what can I say about coconut oil? Everyone is raving about this stuff constantly. It's like the newest like beauty thing, but a lot of people make a lot of mistakes with this stuff just because it is very, very high in saturated fat. The chemical structure of coconut oil is very flat, so if you put it on your skin too often and you use too much, it can pile up really easily and clog your pores. You should only really use coconut oil if your skin is already doing quite well, and you just use it like not on a regular basis, but like as a treat for your skin, kind of like red palm oil. It's such a shelf-stable oil. You can literally keep it on the shelf for months and it won't go rancid or bad or anything like that, and that's because it has antibacterial and antimicrobial properties, and that's why I use it in so many masks and just like treatments for my skin to really clean it out, because it just has a lot of natural good things in there. I like to put this stuff as well as castor oil on my eyelashes, and my eyelashes are literally so long. Coconut oil is just a really healthy, nourishing oil. Just don't overuse it and enjoy it. I use it under my eyes, on my elbows, on my knees, on my butt. For cooking in the kitchen, it smells so good. It adds a coconut flavor to everything. You can put it in a little bowl and like take a hand mixer and like whip it up into a lotion. I've made a video about that. It's just such a good thing, you know? That's it for today. I hope you have a greasy, slippery week. You know, oil. Anyway, bye.